Hey everybody, Rodamon here. Thanks for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included episode 12. Little reminder of the scenario that we're running here. And Bubbles just got a new name. As you can see, Magenta Fairy. And before we go any further, let's go over some consumables. We're running a bit of a kcal deficit because we've added some additional duplicants. So I'm going to tell them that they can eat nutrient bars and muckroot for the time being while I fix that problem. Now there's some other problems that I see welling up in the base that I will address soon, but I want to go over some of your tips. So one of your tips was from Thomas. Thomas mentioned that I could cool down my chlorine room so that the incoming water is cooler, and I'm going to do that. I'm also going to dig towards these wheezeworts up there so that I can make good use of them. We're continuing to move towards the hydrogen vent. That hasn't changed. I'm going to start excavating up here where the hydrogen vent is, or rather above the hydrogen vent, to remove the slime, etc. from up there. Let's also dig this coal out. And then while we're down here, another thing I want to do is set up spots for... I'll have a ladder there. Set up spots for the oxygen purification and buddy buds. Something like this. All right. That's looking good. All right, so these are going to take wheezeworts. Oh, I guess we already dug one of those wheezeworts up. Digging towards the other one. Good. Stone hatches. Going to need to clear them out. I'm going to fix the priorities here so that not everyone attacks, just the people that are really good at it. But that actually brings me to something else, which is stone hatches are hard to kill. I'm going to want to set up a hospital. So I'm going to set up a triage cot, a sick bay, a mess table, a sink, and a laboratory. Now, if you check the rooms overlay here, for it to be a proper hospital, you need medical equipment, a mess table, a toilet. With a toilet, you really should set up a sink so that your sick or wounded duplicants don't also get food poisoning. So yeah, this is the bare basics, in my opinion, of what a hospital needs to look like. So we'll get that set up. It also means I'm going to need to pull fresh water from somewhere. So let's go put a pipe like this in. Done. Assigning skills. So Magenta Fairy, you are going to be improved carry. Angelia, improved carry. Copious free time, improved carry. I really ought to be working towards exosuit training for every duplicant, as it helps them move a lot faster. There we go. Now we have both attackers. Now that I have both attackers here, I'm going to clear out some of these stone hatches because they're getting cramped. And as they're cramped, they're less productive. Also, you know, barbecue. We'll eat them. Okay, I'm setting it up so that this is fully enclosed. Speaking of fully enclosed, let's stop intaking water, because we are just about full. This is ready to flow. There's no food poisoning or anything. No slime lung in it. Oh, is this gold amalgam? I guess I really don't care. Let's run this ladder all the way down now. Speaking of ladders, if this was to be a perfect vacuum here, we would have had to remove the ladder. Which means, because I didn't do it, I'm just actually going to break down the pumping here. I'll leave it as mostly vacuum, but the ladder helps to have the heat travel. So this is not a perfect vacuum. If it was to be a perfect vacuum, like I said, we would need to delete the ladder first. Alright, so the water is set up. So the hospital should be, yep, there it is, designated as a proper hospital. I don't have any medical packs because I don't have an apothecary or anything like that yet. But we haven't really needed one. We do have some curative tablets, I believe, in my... Ooh, we have some rot here. Oh, another tip that I got was from Belfegro. Belfegro mentioned that I could put some extra carbon dioxide in here by setting it up with a bed. I like that. Very low-tech, but functional solution. So we'll get that done. What was I doing? I was... Medicine. Yeah, so we have 3 curative tablets here, but this, of course, requires a proper medical pack from an apothecary. We haven't had a need of that yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. Magenta Fairy will have you sleep in the new cot, and the purpose of this is while they sleep, they breathe out CO2, because, of course, you know, duplicates breathe, and this is a way to cause CO2 to pool here underneath the bed. Clever little trick. To be sure. Alright, we have the ability to set a scan for this security door. Let's get that going. And then we'll start the process of getting ready for the hydrogen. It'll take a bit. Alright, how backed up are... Oh, we're not that backed up yet. Good. Alright, plant the other Weezewort. And pretty soon we're going to have some plastics here, which will be pretty cool. Alright, so as I hoped, we have a neural facilitator, or vacillator. Yeah. That allows you to modify the brain of your duplicates. I know that sounds odd, but it's a very beneficial thing. And usually you would do this with your highest level duplicates, so I'm going to do it with Sine Curve, because Sine Curve is our highest level. You can also inspect the computer desks and rummage through the lockers. So Warm Sweater will give this to Magenta Fairy. There's also some pure liquid in here. You can't... you could break these down, but I wouldn't say it's... Unless it's a rare material, it's really not worth your time. Although, the lack of my copper, I think I will. Now, Angelia will give you the snazzy suit. I mentioned this before, but the snazzy suit just off... As you can see, there's a decor aura around her now, because she has a snazzy suit. So wherever she walks, it's a little fancy. There was significant slime lung in here, as you can see. So very much going to want to plant some buddy buds. And then everywhere else that I have will be deodorizers. No, Buddy Buds can't be on a ladder, though. I don't know why I set it up like that. And the warm sweater keeps you nice and warm. Oh, obviously. Radamont says obvious things. So another thing. Our slime storage is full. So I'm going to work to fix that. Well, let me work smart, not hard. So what we need to do is we need to push out our water locks for more space. So I'll get that done. And I'm going to make this a top priority because, well, it's kind of important. Okay, so here we go. Let's complete the neural process. And Sine Curve just acquired Deep Diver Lungs. As a new trait, we reprogram the brain. So if you take a look at the status here, or actually bio, traits, squeamish, Deep Diver's Lungs is now another positive trait that he has. And then we no longer have charges in here. You can recharge it, but of course we don't have a recharge. But yeah, very, very cool little feature of one of the benefits of spelunking into ruins. Of course, our other ruins so far have not had such benefits, but that's all right. All right, Operation Wider or additional slime storage. Let's get that underway. You know, actually, I am gonna about front. I'd rather push this left than right. So let's do that. Because I want there to be more space on this side for mushroom farming. So oops. There. We'll get that underway. New blueprints. Briar seeds. I don't need them, but I didn't want anything else. I guess I could have rejected it too. There's always the possibility of just saying, no, I don't want any of it. Alright, and this will also allow us to sweep up this area. Those Buddy Buds, yeah, we'll get them planted eventually. Alright, our water filtration is going to get backed up. Actually, no, we're pretty far from being backed up. It's fine. And as you can see, I am basically nudging the water lock left. so that we have more space for our slime storage. Kind of I'll admit it, an inefficient way of doing it. I should have just built it originally to be big, but it's a little late for that, so we'll just nudge it now. How's our cake cows? We're doing all right. We have some bristleberries, pickle meal lice in the backup. Another thing that I'm going to prioritize highly is because I don't want this slime lung to get out of hand up here. Let's just get this handled quickly. So that we can start planting the buddy buds. And prevent sort of an infection. Okay, come on, construct. There we are. So you can always nudge. You gotta be careful not to overflow it or anything, but you can always nudge your water locks like this if you need to. And it kept the chlorine inside, and it kept the water where it needed to be, etc., etc. You just have to make sure that you do it, you know, sort of one tile at a time, or you're gonna run into a scenario where you know, your water overflows or something like that. Okay, so now we have a lot more, 40 additional tons of slime storage. So that that mushroom farm is looking ever closer to being a reality. I'll keep doing the high priority construction here. And then what we're doing here is we're making sure we have the facilities to purify this polluted oxygen to prevent this slime lung, because as you can see, there's pretty dense slime lung here. And then we'll get ready for the we'll get ready for all of this hydrogen that we'll be generating. One who's many. Let's get you towards exosuit wearing. Really, I should have been working towards all of our guys getting towards exosuit wearing. Okay, we're starting to get cramped in here. Let's kill off some Dreckos for barbecue. And we have glossy Drecklets that have hatched. So soon we're going to get to a point where we'll be able to shear them for plastics, which is going to be pretty cool. All right, Mohammed, now you have exosuit wearing. Exosuit wearing helps to negate the movement penalties of wearing an exosuit. Waiting them to finally finish. Come on, guys. That water lock is in progress. Oh, who's getting stressed? Dennis Keith, you're getting 1% stress? Acceptable. Not a worry yet. Just something to note. Alright, so let's start planting the buddy buds. And Magenta Fairy, your priorities are probably all wrong. Yeah. Alright, supply, store, and tidy. That's what I want you to do. Alright, space for another buddy bud. And these buddy buds are, of course, to suppress the slime lung. Okay, and these water locks are almost all done. Good. I'm getting pretty cold. Now, there's other ways to make it cold over here. And I'll set that up soon. Once I'm not working on other projects. I think the way I'm going to do it is radiant pipes that circulate between the Wheezeworts and the water. Filled with maybe brine. Because brine is an efficient... brine won't freeze. As easily. Alright, so now, as you can see, I nudged the water lock one little tile at a time, but there you have it. How to nudge an airlock, or water lock. 101. I'll be honest, it would be ideal if I didn't have to, right? But, I had to, so whatever. We got it done. Alright, so the next project is to make sure that our hydrogen is getting all set. That's the next big one. And obviously I don't want to break through this granite here, because then all of this polluted oxygen and potentially slime lung gets spread. But as you can see, immediately the planting this buddy bud, you know, the slime lung is on the decline. Oh. Come on, deliver that coal. There we go. Alright, new printables. I'm going to do Drucker eggs for barbecue. So let's go ahead. Regular Drucker eggs. I'm going to crack 4 of them and crack one of the stone hatch eggs. Oh, so here's a glossy Draco that can be sheared. This will be first plastic. I'm literally watching first plastic. And one of the initial uses that I'm going to have for my plastic is to automate my water storage, or my water filtration. So I don't have to keep flipping signal switches. It'll do it all on its own. That will be nice. Yeah, this water's definitely cooling off from the change of ambient temperature. Alright, let's get the other buddy bud down here. As you can see, magenta fairy without exosuit wearing. Very slow. Very slow. Low athletics. Wearing an exosuit does slow you down until you have exosuit wearing, where you have a big old penalty. Alright, so I'm just mining everything up here. Then we're going to want to start prepping this as a mushroom farm. So that we can start growing some new novel crops. So that would look... let me see if I can find... I have a lot of fungal spores, but can I find a wild dustcap? I thought one had one. Oh, here's one. Here's a wild dustcap. So the dustcaps here, farm plot, require slime, have sort of a specific temperature, needs to be in carbon dioxide, needs to be in the dark. Right? You can see all the requirements here. So, farm plot. It's going to be something like that. And another thing I'm going to do is a pneumatic door here, just to have it be physically a smaller space, so I can store more dust caps, and then I'm going to isolate. As you can see, I'm shrinking the area, the total area. Now, if I wanted to, I could also put in a farming station for fertilization. Yeah, I could put that there. Cancel and cancel. Put just airflow tiles, I guess. I don't know. Might as well have a farm station. Nothing like having a golden farm station, right? Alright, sine curve levels up again. But, for morale reasons, I'm not even going to bother to assign those skills. Because, of course, morale needs go up as skills go up. So it's better if you don't assign unnecessary skills, in my opinion, so that they're happier. Just my 2 cents. Oh, look at all these happy little animals. So here's the plastic. And the plastic is going to allow us to build stuff like the germ sensor that I wanted. So germ sensor requires plastic. But because our current water filtration is working, I'm gonna focus on other projects. I'm gonna focus on our hydrogen project here, which is now just about ready. So taking a look at, let's take a look at how much polluted oxygen we still have. So let's go to gas. So we have pockets of polluted oxygen down here, and then pockets in here. But for the most part, we're doing pretty good. So this next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to dig this out, kill this Pacu, and then leak this water down into this area here. It's gonna make a big mess. That's fine. I don't care about the mess. I care about the results. And then, of course, this polluted oxygen is going to need to get deodorized. But that's why I set up all the deodorizers first. Alright, setting up ladders so that we can still travel around freely. And, of course, there's all this iron here. Oh, speaking of coal, because I was low on coal, let's start... I'm going to mine my way to this coal deposit over here. I don't really care about the hydrogen that's in here. It won't... it doesn't... It's not gonna... Actually, you know what? It will go somewhere. But it likes to flow up, so it's not that much of a problem because there's space above it to be stored. Well, we'll see. We are getting a buildup of stress for Dennis Keith, though. Not a concerning amount yet, but something to keep an eye on to make sure that he stays happy. Because his current morale is underneath his morale needs for the amount of skills that he has. Now, if he leveled up again, I wouldn't actually... I might get advanced medical care, but I wouldn't... There's not a lot of skills that I'd be functionally looking to add to him. But one way to keep him happy is another use of our plastics. Could be proper bedding for proper bedrooms. That's going to keep your duplicants pretty happy as well. So let's go to research here and get home luxuries. Start researching home luxuries for a comfy bed. Now, comfy beds require plastic, but of course, that's, you know, we don't have a renewable source of plastic, but we do have a source of plastic, so we could give him a comfy bed if we wanted to. Alright, before I go any further with the dig out project, I want to sweep up some of the stuff I've put everywhere. And then also let's start pumping this liquid pump again, because we have plenty of capacity for water filtration. Looks like we've just about pooled enough carbon dioxide to keep the stuff in here fresh. And Magenta Fairy levels up again. Let's get you additional improved carry. And I suppose let's do some hat reassignments to give everyone the nicest hat that they've earned. Super hard digging. Critter ranching 2. Because I hadn't done this in a while. Let's give you Masterworks. That's kind of unique. Let's give you improved construction. And sine curve will give you... you're already wearing astronomy. Alright, everyone's going to put on a new hat to represent their... And hats are cosmetic only, but it gives you a pretty good idea at a glance of what people do. Like, what jobs they do, right? So I can see, oh, Mohammed, you're an exosuit wearer because of your hat. So I know that you move around in exosuits more quickly, so on and so forth. So all this slime I'm probably going to want to dig up because this is, I think, where I'm going to put my Drucker ranch. So I'm going to, yeah, let's open the floodgates and dump all of this polluted water into the pool down here. I also might want to build a lip here. Here we go. Because we could eventually put a pump here, and pump out this water. I don't really care if this gets polluted. In fact, I could unify, because I was going to filter it anyway, just out of caution. The body bud doesn't much like to be submerged, though, so digging some of this stuff out will aid me. Now, I do have a bunch of mopping to do, unfortunately. But, yeah, oh well. Alright. And then once this is all filtered oxygen and ready to go, we can start constructing a Drucker ranch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mine out the remainder of this area. So let's set up a ladder system that gives us access to do that. Like that, maybe, is better than what I currently had. There. Opening up the entire space so that we can when we're ready, we can Drucker ranch. All right. That looks good. And we have a bunch of a lot more storage for what is going on here? Farm tile and a block? I don't know what's going on there. That's weird. I'll break it down just to try to fix it. Alright, so home luxuries just got researched, and that gives us the ability to make a comfy bed. Now, the comfy beds do require 200 kilograms of plastics, and I do believe we have one more glossy egg. Let me double check. No, we don't. We have just the singular glossy. Okay. So, yeah, I won't be able to make a comfy bed for a bit until I get hydrogen in that environment. Hello, Sean Nymph. And turn you into barbecue. Or actually just kill you. So, Dreckos don't regrow their coats unless they're in a hydrogen environment. That's just the way they're set up to work. Alright, there's some... I think after I save and load, this phantom tile designation will go away. I don't know, honestly, what's going on in there, but I don't think it's a problem. It'll probably disappear upon save load. So farms can only be a certain size, right? It can only be up to 96 tiles. So we'll just make a 96 sized mushroom farm here. This is definitely not the most efficient space for it because it includes ladders and the like. But, you know, whatever. It's not perfect. It's just a limitation of my physical, you know, the physical limitations of the area of the space. Alright, so getting the rest of this slime. And then I'll work on filtering out what polluted oxygen is left in the air. And then we'll be down to turn this into a Dreco farm, or ranch. So plastic tiles allow you to run faster. Plastic ladders allow you to climb quicker. When you make plastics from oil, they tend to be very, very hot, which can add temperature to your base. But when you make plastics from just glossy Drecos, they're at body temperature for the Drecos. So this is, you know, 39C or 102 Fahrenheit. Versus plastics that usually go through the process of, you know, processing will be 20 to 40 degrees hotter than that. On average. Just to throw that out. Oh, cooked fish and fillet should be allowed into the fridge. Get that set up. Alright, Dennis, I do see your... So, if I was worried about his stress, I could de-stress him by setting him up on the massage table and have the massage table work his stress out. Like this. Oh, well, I just ran out of power. That's another project to... Oh, God. Yeah. I'm not gonna have the power for this. So, let's not worry about that. Another long-term project is to address my weak power grid. I'll say it as it is. It's weak. My power grid sucks. Alright, so this whole thing down here was to get access to more coal. So I don't run out. Alright, let's put some deodorizers in. To get the polluted oxygen out. And then what we're going to have is some sort of just vertical chute like this. I'm not going to set it to build right now. But vertical chute like that leads this hydrogen to the Drucker ranch, which is behind a water lock and suit lock. It doesn't actually require a suit lock, but it's just our rancher would have to hold their breath every time they're in the Drucker ranch, so it would just be better if we set up a single atmosuit an atmosuit dock for the Drucker ranch. Alright, window tiles. Transparent has yet to be discovered. But yeah, window tiles is something else that we just unlocked from glass blowing. Yeah, Dennis, your stress just keeps going up and up and up, doesn't it? I think some of the reason is he has soggy feet. So if you have worries about an individual, what you could say is one really cheap way is to schedule them a little bit more love. So it's... I'll just show you in what little remains of my time. Dennis Keith was on a standard schedule, and I'm going to set him over to his own schedule here. And then what I can say is a little bit more downtime in the morning, maybe a bath time at night before downtime, and that should get him less stressed. Now, the other thing that I could do to stress him out less is to give him his individual bedroom, so on and so forth. There's a lot of other things I could do, or to make sure that his consumable priorities are higher, so that he is eating nicer foods, like say no more grizzle muckroot, no more nutrient bars. You're going to eat grizzle berries or fried mushrooms or something that makes you happier, right? These are all ways to keep your duplicants happier. Now, I'm not worried about the stress, but as you can see, I've already lowered it by 3%. One big one is just extra downtime. As you can see, the downtime morale is +3. So the 2 extra hours of scheduled downtime is going to immediately resolve pretty much all the remaining stress issues that he has. And pretty cheaply too, right? Okay. Yeah, it sucks that I have to mop all this stuff up. I should have had water porous tiles. I should have set it up with mesh tiles first. A little bit of extra setup goes a long way. Yeah, and as you can see, his stress is plummeting. And as you can see his current stressors. So his net stress is -10 for today. He'll be fine. Oh, another thing I need to do is the manufactured materials. I don't have a place to store my plastics. So let me set that up. I see the plastic just sitting here for a long, long time, but there's no need necessarily to have it sit. All this oxygen environment looks real nice, other than, of course, the, polluted water that might be left. This just needs to be swept up. But that's for another time. So we got closer to the Drucker farm. I feel like I made some pretty good progress here. If you have any feedback for me, do drop me a line in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Really enjoyed recording this episode. Felt like it was pretty productive. Next episode, we're likely to push more towards the Drucker farm. I don't know if it'll be 100% complete. Definitely automate our water filtration, for sure. And whatever else comes up. I think we're headed towards a deficit of coal, so we might have to prioritize mining some of that out. And maybe exploration down towards the oil biome or something like that. Thanks for watching. Adios.